All right, we are live. Good afternoon. This is not typical for us, but there is some breaking news in the world of news, in the world of politics. Charlie Kirk has been shot at an event in Utah. There's a lot of, obviously, some fog of war type stuff that's going on right now. There's a lot of things being said. I've been looking through Twitter. I wasn't doing anything, so I thought I could keep people updated. We could go through some things. Earlier this year, that's shitty news. Earlier this year, Charlie Kirk's son celebrated his first birthday. Charlie Kirk, obviously married with, I think, 2 kids. He was at an event in Utah, and he was shot in the neck or chest area. And those who saw it, there are people who saw it. There are people who are watching video now of the shooting, and they're saying that there is a very, very small chance that anyone could have survived a shot like that, that Charlie Kirk most likely would not survive a wound of that magnitude. That doesn't mean Charlie Kirk is dead. It doesn't mean the shooter killed him. The shooter is, one person is in custody. Whether or not it's the shooter, we don't know. The news is that a single shot rang out while Charlie was speaking on the university campus in Utah, and that it was one shot that was gotten off. Somebody was arrested. Somebody was detained. A person was in custody almost immediately, and Charlie was taken off the stage. Again, we don't really have an update. We're going to go to some of these news reports right now. If you're just joining us, the news this hour is that conservative commentator and activist Charlie Kirk, apparently the victim of an assassination attempt in Utah. Let's take a listen.
Wearing that white t-shirt. He had not even spoken yet. He was being introduced or was preparing to speak, preparing to give his remarks when this happened. There was someone at the podium that had opened the event, that had set things in motion when a single shot, we're told, rang out, and the crowd quickly started to react and disperse. Someone telling us people ran inside buildings, near neighboring buildings, as of course you can see an outdoor venue there on the campus of Utah Valley University. So crowd scattering as quickly as they could to get to safety.
Yeah, Brooke, you and I spoke to several witnesses that were there on the ground, just talking about, moments before they heard the shot. It was a fairly calm event, no, concern about safety whatsoever. Although we know, leading up to the event,
we do have official breaking news: Charlie Kirk has been killed. Literally 1 minute ago on Twitter, it has been announced Charlie Kirk has been assassinated. It does seem as though that Charlie Kirk will not survive this shooting. We're going to change the title real quick to reflect this change in the news, but it does seem as though Charlie Kirk is not going to make it. I think regardless of politics, this is bad news. This is not an escalation that we need to see, especially at this time, with everything that's been going on politically, with all the news that's going on. You wonder, Charlie Kirk was a huge figure in conservative politics, probably one of the easiest names to name when it comes to when it comes to, name a conservative guy, name a guy on the conservative side. Charlie Kirk would have been one of the names that you named. And now the reports are coming in. White House Situation Room and Marco Rubio are monitoring the shooting of Charlie Kirk and are in touch with state officials. Other news outlets saying Charlie Kirk has passed away. Now, I did, from people who saw the video, and I don't think we can show it on YouTube. I know we can show it probably on X. There are some people. I think there's a lot of people who want to be the first to report that he's dead. It does seem like people have gotten footage of the man who was detained. We do have that. It looks like a boomer being detained at the Charlie Kirk event. That's very that I wouldn't have predicted. I'm sure they'll have his name in mere moments. Yeah, I can't really see. It looks like the neck and chest area. And I don't think that's a wound that you survive. And MSNBC, God, people already with their hot takes. This is incredible. Listen to this. This is MSNBC. And I'm sorry, this is not going to be a normal broadcast as we're just learning things right now. I learned at about 2 o'clock that this had even happened.
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, to emphasize what you just emphasized, we don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
A supporter shooting their gun off in celebration. Unbelievable. MSNBC already with a couple of clippable moments from this Charlie Kirk thing in just a few minutes.
Yeah, we're showing, by the way, our affiliate in Utah and the aftermath of the shooting. You could see people running away pretty quickly, as you would imagine they would do at gunshots. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has weighed in on this. He just tweeted the following: "We're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University."
Numero uno says, no surviving having your whole carotid, jugular, and windpipe blown to bits. Yeah, if he was shot directly in the neck, he's a goner.
Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and the investigation. Charlie Kirk is a divisive figure, polarizing, lightning rod, whatever term you want to use.
Not the time, guys. Not the time.
Why?
Well, he's one of MAGA's most prominent voices online. He hosts a near daily podcast. He opines on almost everything. He's been very closely aligned with the president since his initial run for office in 2015, 2016. And his ties to Trump really elevated his own brand. He was really quite young as an activist when the president launched his initial campaign. And he has kind of ridden along with MAGA since 2016 and built up a massive, massive brand of his own. His group has brought in tons and tons of money.
Yeah, I just somebody just wrote in and they said if he survives, it's nothing short of a miracle. So I'm going to go ahead and say that it is very unlikely that you take a shot to the neck like that, you're going to survive. I'm guessing they're just getting him to the hospital. He'll probably be pronounced dead at the hospital. You can't just pronounce a guy dead, like that. Wow. I have a question. We always hear about how violent the right wing is. But when it comes to the violence we've seen in the last 5 years, we've seen George Floyd, we've seen Donald Trump shot, we've seen Representative Steve Scalise and an assassination attempt on him at a baseball game. And we've seen Charlie Kirk now possibly assassinated at an event he was having for his supporters. He wasn't calling for violence. He wasn't for asking for anyone to be hurt. He's never performed violence or encouraged violence on anyone. And he had his throat shot out. To the left wing in this country, you'd better hope and pray that this violent right wing you keep creating in your head never comes to fruition, because they've put up with a lot of shit. They've been called every name in the book. They've been smeared every which way but loose. They've been called every ism and igot and everything else you could think of. And now you've murdered one of their most prominent guys with millions of followers. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I was a Charlie Kirk guy. I wasn't, but that doesn't matter today. You have what happened in Charlotte, North Carolina. You have Donald Trump being, assassination attempts twice. You have what's happening to Charlie Kirk. To me, the right wing in this country has a pretty good amount of restraint. And it seems like the response the right wing has given so far in the last few years has been at the ballot box. There was no war over COVID. Donald Trump getting assassinated, people went out and voted for him, or the assassination attempt. I mean, if this right wing is so intolerant and so violent and so awful, and you keep pushing gender policies in schools, and you keep, you keep encroaching upon their relationship with their children, and you keep taking out their leaders, like at what point, like, are you going to regret saying that these people are violent? Because I feel like that's a smear you use, and if it ever comes to fruition, typically, historically, when the right wing decides to get violent, it's not pretty. So I would rather that didn't happen. Back the fuck off these people. Main Vein with $1 says, are you ready for a civil war, Aaron? No, I don't want a civil war. I think that would be terrible. This is going to rile some stuff up. Kraken Slappin says, I just watched the video. There's no way he lived through that. Numero Uno says, right, sure. The right wing is good. The left wing is bad. That's the reality. It's actually teams. Not at all. I'm not saying the right wing is good and the left wing is bad. I'm saying the left wing paints this picture of the right as aggressive and violent. I just don't see it. And now I see one of their leaders getting mowed down at his own event, and I'm worried that something might come of it. I hope it doesn't, but how far can people be pushed, I mean, we see it with trans shooters. We have trans mass shooters. Those people feel pushed. Right or wrong, good or bad, those people feel like society doesn't see them. They feel like they're under attack. They lash out. They do these things. You can call it mental illness. You can call it whatever you want. But other people who perform school shootings, they're neglected, they're nerds, they're bullied, they're whatever. They feel like they're pushed. And they feel like they don't have, any other recourse. If you keep pushing people down and you keep not treating them equally, or at least how they perceive to be treated equally, bad things can happen. I don't want to see that happen. Kyler with $1 says, it's always right this, right that, yet it's always left doing this shit every time. When will it be left is being violent? If you look historically, both left-wing and right-wing movements end up at violence. That's what extremism breeds. I think, if anything else, I think this country should probably engage in a little more listening, a little more hearing people, because there's a lot of psychos out there and they're shooting now. Let's go to numero uno. He says, yeah, both sides paint the other side as the actual bad guy. It's retarded, but I don't know, lean into the right-wing grift and get that goal. It's not it. I understand your bias. I get it. I'm just trying to paint reality for you. I think you're a Canadian, right? You don't really know what's going on here. Dead Game says, hey, this is what they've pushed since 2008. Prove me wrong. I mean, we've been saying this for how many years? Left and right has been saying, they've been saying it since Obama. The rhetoric is too strong. The rhetoric's getting a little crazy. We got to bring it down a little bit. John McCain tried to do it, in fairness. I mean, he wanted to bomb every brown person he saw, but he wanted to get that language to cool down a little bit. It's just, and I mean, the discourse during the Obama-McCain campaign is nothing compared to what we see now. Numero Uno says both sides have this retarded victim complex. It's fun to watch. I'm going to refuse to get cynical, Numero Uno. I appreciate it, but I'm going to refuse to get cynical during this. It's easy to just go, both sides retarded. They're just victims, whatever. I mean, we could do that if you want to, but the facts on the ground are that a very prominent young conservative leader with a lot of very impressionable fans was assassinated in front of his audience, probably by someone with a political axe to grind, most likely. I mean, we're just Occam's razoring this thing. The backlash to that, I hope, is not violent, but I'm very cognizant of the fact that it could be. that these people could get angry. If they don't, I think they deserve a lot of credit. If they don't, I hope they're held up as a symbol of how to handle shit like this and not rioting out in the streets. But I mean, you keep picking off, you keep shooting at one side's leaders. And it's not like what did Charlie Kirk do? Like that's what I want to know. It's not like Charlie Kirk was Nick Fuentes. It's not like Charlie Kirk was out there daring Israel and daring Mossad and daring the CIA and I'm dangerous, I'm outside the box. Charlie Kirk was like a cookie cutter Christian conservative guy. Like he was the ideas and the beliefs he had were ridiculously mainstream, safe conservative views. He was a pro-Israel guy, for God's sake. There's not many of them left. And he is a pro-Israel guy. He was the guy saying that I believe the administration when it comes to the Epstein stuff. He wasn't tempting anybody. The only people he could be tempting, maybe the LGBTQ community. I mean, the guy was not a dangerous radical in any way. He was a button-down Oxford shirt, suit and tie wearing right-wing dude with a wife and young children. This was not the most dangerous guy out there. Silverwolf says, new Civil War update getting pushed. Damn, took the developers long enough. Things going to get uglier than it is now, unfortunately. It just seems to be cascading out of control. This Charlotte thing, this thing, Trump. It's accelerating. Kyler says, I guess I will agree with you. And well, you don't have to. Numero uno certainly doesn't. Numero uno says, much easier to see what's actually happening from the outside. I've literally been right every time, and you think I'm a biased libtard. That's not it. I just think you're being a little... I'm not even saying that your take isn't right. I'm just saying that I can't go down that road with you today. I don't know why, but when shit like this happens, I have hope. I don't know why. You're probably right to be cynical. I'm cynical when things are like normal and quiet. I'm hopeful when things are awful. I don't know why that is. Silverwolf says, did they catch the shooter? They have a guy in custody. They won't say it's the shooter yet, but I'm assuming it is. Numero uno says, why is there a need to have a strong opinion and rant of any kind before you even know what was going on? All we know is the guy was shot. Just calling it like I see it, man. That's all. Roots says, I'm not fucking around anymore. Plate carrier in the truck, 308 at the ready, 45 on my hip. You can go fuck yourself. I'm done, legit done, and I hated Charlie Kirk. I'm seeing that from a lot of people, people like myself going, I wasn't the biggest Charlie Kirk fan. But, this is not okay. Obviously. I'm going to send a text here. I'm just sending a text to see if I can get someone on here. There we go. All right. I'm just Willie's sending in a video clip of it too. He says he's not surviving this. All right. Well, there's that. Let's continue on. I want to just read a little more of your guys' stuff, and then after that, we're going to go back to the news reports here. I will check the links you guys are sending me. Believe it or not, I'm getting a shitload of links right now, so it's going to be tough to get through them all. He got a question about trans shooters, and that's when he got shot. There will be retaliation for sure. I don't know. Numero uno said, I'm done. LOL, what a tart. He's talking to Roots. How about just always be ready to defend yourself and not be an emotional gay F-word, Roots? Oh, boy. I'm done, legit done. LOL, Roots Calhoun talking like a frustrated white girl, to which Roots says, fuck you, Denny. This is a good fight. I mean, these two are both silver-tongued little devils. The shot was level elevation. I'm calling it pre-planned and staged shooter. From who, though? From what side? Like, he was like one of the safest, in terms of on the right, he was like in one of the safest beds you can possibly be in. Unless it was like a radical, like anti-Israel type person, or otherwise just trans or a crazed leftist. What could a conservative on that side, what problem? Because it does happen sometimes that these people are killed by their own, 100%. But what could Charlie Kirk have done to piss off the right? Maybe the Epstein stuff, but I don't know. The right's not shooting these days. I'm not saying the right never shoots, but they're not shooting now. I don't know if that changes. We got Root says, Denny, I'm in Chicago. I work on the west side and shit. This ain't a joke. These kids are shooting for real. Numero Uno says, you expect MSNBC to have a spot on correct immediately take to a gunshot? They're libtards. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and watch these reports. I'm going to open some of the links that I've been sent on this.
Run. So I grabbed my daughter and we just booked it out of there. It was scary because you don't know if it's real, if it's not, but you just have to go with your gut and get out of there. But it was scary. The adrenaline shot up through my body and I chills and we were freaking out.
Yeah, and you know, we always hear about this. This always happens somewhere else, but when it's happening right where you are, all of a sudden it's as real as it gets.
I just watched a clip of the actual shot. Someone was able to get a very close shot. He's dead. Charlie Kirk's dead. There's no doubt about it. Here we have video of them arresting the shooter. There he is. Look at this. Even in this moment, these conservatives, they're not punching him. They're not hitting him. They're not shooting him. They're not, like, nothing like that. They're not throwing shit at him.
You were with your daughter seeing this. It's not only yourself now, but you're thinking of your daughter.
Yeah, very scary. I just wanted to get us out of there. And there was people that were just kind of like standing around, looking around. And I'm like, grab one of the girls. I'm like, you need to run, get out. Because people kind of didn't know what was going on. And, you know, I'm like, leave your food, run.
Loaded Wrench with $2 says, with the train in this, it could turn bad. I don't know, man. The right, they're not shooting these days. That's what I keep saying. The right hasn't been shooting, which is good. I don't want people to be shooting. I just want the people who do shit like this to see what it does to people, see what happens. The problem is, if you don't fight back, now you're just at the mercy of these people to realize they've been doing wrong and to stop.
Yeah, I mean, really none of us believed it at first, and then we still just got out and saw the hordes of people running, so.
Now just coming around chatting with people, that's kind of what you do now, because you're sharing a terrible experience with others. It's how you, I don't know, decompress and deal a little bit.
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, talking here seems to help with people who experience it in the parking lot.
The mainstream news is still not going with Charlie Kirk is dead, but I think they're just waiting to get him to the hospital. And I think when they get him to the hospital, he'll be pronounced dead on arrival, because I'm having quite a few people write to me with clips of the video, and they're saying there is not anyone who would survive that. His throat was shot out.
Really explain to you, but I was to the left of Charlie, super clear view, saw everything happen, heard the gunshot. I was the last one standing because I couldn't quite believe. I thought maybe it was a stunt. And then everybody fell to the ground. We all fell to the ground. I got pushed into some bushes. I stayed there. There was a lady with her elderly mom, and I said, "Is she okay?" And she said she's okay. So we just kind of stayed in the bushes for a few minutes, maybe a minute and a half. And then a man said, "Go this way." And we went right where Charlie had come in and out. And I was right behind the police when they had the man in the handcuffs, and I was standing right there next to them as he was on his knees, and he said, I would say multiple times, but at least twice, "Just shoot me, just shoot me." And I videoed it, and I called him every name in the book that I could think of, which is probably not appropriate, but I was a shaken ball and mess. I'm still shaking, and I'm still crying. I love Charlie Kirk. He's awesome. And I pray for him and his family. And I pray for everybody that was here to witness this. It's awful, and I don't understand why we can't have something like this that is truly innocent. You know, there were the non-believers, the ones that didn't like him, and that's fine. But to shoot him, he doesn't deserve this.
That's the part I keep hearing from a lot of people too. Is like, look, no matter what side.
But
you're
here's my issue is that that's great, and you know, the Sam Cedars of the world and all these guys, they will come out. I'm sure they'll say nice things. I'm sure they'll say we didn't agree with the guy, but you know, nobody deserves this. Blah blah blah. But here's the problem. All of these guys on the right and on the left, they'll go back to doing the same exact thing they were doing, as if none of this kind of created the culture that led to Charlie Kirk being shot. All of these people are going to say their nice things for a few days, and it's going to be right back to war. In fact, probably harder than before.
You keep thinking, is this tragedy going to be the spark that gets us back together? Because something is wrong, and we need to come together. But
it's going to take. It's going to take 9/11. It's going to take Pearl Harbor, and maybe not even that.
Isn't it? I wish I knew. Prayer. Pray. Stand up for your beliefs. Don't back down. Don't listen to the propaganda. Do your own research. Don't take one person's opinion as fact. Look into things for your own. I don't know.
You're still shaking.
I am.
I'm shaking just talking to you. But
yeah, now is not the time to be asking these people these questions.
You saw Charlie get shot.
Yes.
And then you were waiting because I think you don't know where it came from. You don't know how many people there are. You don't know what's going. That's terrifying.
Right. And like I said, I wasn't sure because he was literally talking about how many mass shootings from trans people.
Oh,
that's
shit.
Literally what they were talking about when it happened. And when I saw him get shot, I like I said, I was probably the only one standing still for a minute because I was like, what the heck just happened? I thought maybe it wasn't real. And unfortunately it was real.
Now you're leaving, you're trying to get out of here, but you're talking with people you probably never met before. Because
if Charlie Kirk deserves to die for the things he said, which we've talked about before, he's not a radical guy. If Charlie Kirk deserves to die for his beliefs and the things he says, then who fucking doesn't? Who doesn't deserve to die? I mean, they've tried to, a crazy bastard tried to kill Nick Fuentes. He's way more radical than Charlie Kirk. I mean, who's safer than Charlie Kirk? Yeah, Charlie's a conservative guy. Yeah, he has some conservative opinions, but they're not like outside the box. They're pretty standard. In fact, I would say that Charlie Kirk would probably be a slightly right of center, like Republican in like 99, 2000.
And I know the adrenaline is wearing down now, and that's where it really hits. But thank you for your time and sharing some of that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your time.
My name's Elisa.
Elisa, I'm Alex. Thank you for your time.
Nice to meet
Thank you so much. You said you want to talk to me.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
We'll check in with that a little bit later, and we'll go over to the. Here, Glenn Beck tweeted a few minutes ago, pray for healing and a miracle. Getting word that Charlie Kirk has been stabilized. I pray it is true. If it is, that is a second miracle. 1 Trump, 2 Kirk. The hospital is taking blood now. No fucking way. He might live. Because we've been hearing that he died. And now reports are now filtering in. He's been stable. This is a half hour ago. Reports are filtering in that he's been stabilized against all odds and is in the hospital receiving blood. Get the fuck out of here. Really? Oh, more breaking news. 2 minutes ago, there was a shooting at Evergreen High School in Colorado with at least 2 students shot and hospitalized. We ought to leave this world behind. Holy shit. So as far as we know now, Charlie Kirk is alive. He's in the hospital. He's receiving blood, and the reports are that he's stabilized. How the fuck did Charlie Kirk survive that for a minute? How is he even available? Like, how is it even possible for him to be stabilized? Even if he doesn't make it, the fact that he's even lived this long is incredible. MSNBC. Oh, we did the MSNBC clip. Wow. Here's Jason Chaffetz on Fox News.
Because for a generation, he nobody speaks to them like he does. He has built a coalition, and it's based on policy and argument, and it's based on a belief and challenging people. And he was stimulating a younger generation who wasn't getting it in the classroom. He was getting it online, and he was getting it going on television and
That's
doing
true.
on-campus things. I've been to a couple of his on-campus, and he literally will sit there and answer questions from anybody.
That's part of it too. He's getting into the universities, which have been solid left territory for 40, 50, over 60 years now. The universities at least have been a haven for unchallenged leftism. Maybe that's what motivated part of it. I don't know. Main Vein with $1 says, this is the kind of stuff that is super red pilling. Gen Z and Gen Alpha. I'm raising 2 white boys under the age of 15, and they are both super based, and they're friends too. Pisses off their lib mom. I've been hearing that from other people, other young people, is that there's like a lot of their kids are like more based than they are. Holy shit. I mean, if he lives, Roots Calhoun says, if he lives, he's going to be Jesus. That's incredible to me. The fact that they really are, that they've stabilized him and that he's receiving blood in the hospital. I mean, that right there, that's half the battle. If they got him to the hospital and he's hooked up and he's receiving blood, I mean, that's a win. Even if he doesn't make it, I mean, that is such a win. I mean, that's a fighter right there. None of us can really tell Charlie Kirk shit if he pulls through this. Biden crime family says AP has just reported that Charlie Kirk is in critical condition. All right, let's update our Chiron here. Charlie Kirk shot in neck. Let's in critical condition. So that's the official word from the Associated Press. Let's change our stream name here. Reports that Charlie Kirk, here we go. Charlie Kirk in critical condition following assassination attempt. Let's change that up. There we go. Utah has first-rate medical if you can pay for it. Well, he's got $1 or $2, and I'm sure even if he didn't, he has a lot of people who love him who would give. Well, they're giving blood. Apparently, there's people. Charlie Kirk fans are going to the hospital right now and donating blood. The hospital's accepting blood right now. You need me more? He's alive, but in critical condition. Holy shit. Numero Uno says, let's wildly speculate and get all upset about our speculations before we know any of the details. Maybe my idea to just react calmly. Well, there's a thing called fog of war. There were people reporting that he's dead. There were people reporting that he's critical. Oh my God. I can't show this on YouTube, obviously, but somebody just sent the video of the shooting. If he's fucking alive, it looks like they shot him and he had like a pack in his stomach. Like a little pump or a machine that just shoots blood. Oh, wow. Can I put the link to that in the chat? Is that allowed?
Not counting gang violence. Great. Not counting gang violence. Great.
It's just pouring. Oh, man. If he survives that, I mean, somebody said it in the chat. They said if he survives this, he's Jesus. Charlie Kirk, here we go. Charlie Kirk is in critical condition at the hospital after being shot at a Utah event. Wow. It is odd that a fucking old guy did this. Like some fucking boomer is the guy they picked up, whether he did it or not. Oh boy. Oh, MSNBC does not fucking stop.
But following up with
Zombie Charlie Kirk is going to come get y'all.
What was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And
I see. So like, how short was the rape victim's skirt? Like, was it too short? Because if it's too short, I mean, it doesn't matter what your positions on political issues are. You shouldn't get shot in the neck. Can we practice that? Let's practice that sentence if we're going to go on TV and try to make things better. No matter what your political positions, nobody should get shot in the neck for them. Deal. Or even the dick. No matter how symbolic, never the dick, not the kneecap, not the elbow, shit, not even the ear.
I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions.
I guess if you're an ape, yeah. I guess if you can't tell the difference between not bad words and murdering a motherfucker, then I suppose, yes. Then that's, God, these people are sick. These people are really sick. Oh, God, Stephen King weighing in. You guys I know a lot of people were waiting for Stephen King's opinion. The motivation of the man who shot Charlie Kirk isn't clear, although he's probably mentally unstable. Duh. What is clear is it was another example of American gun violence. Yeah, I mean that, or eat my ass, you creepy pedo. One of the two. I'm seeing some people posting things like, I don't think I could be radicalized any further. Or I didn't think I could be radicalized any further. I saw a lot of people writing that about the what's her name? The Ukrainian girl in Charlotte. I heard a lot of people saying, I never thought I'd be someone who could be radicalized, but this has. Elon Musk tweeting the left is the party of murder. I don't think that's helpful at the moment. Harrison Smith from InfoWars. This is interesting. I'm not going to name names, but I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie Kirk thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them. Well, I mean, there's that, too. That's from August 13th. Harrison Smith from InfoWars. Well, I think a lot of people, there are quite a few people who feel that way, that, Israel and Mossad especially have interests and they pursue them. Here you go, numero uno. This is your boy Josh Denny. Charlie Kirk is America. He is you. He is me. He is every single one of us that has ever had the courage to pick up a microphone and say something unpopular because you believe in it. America was always the safest place in the world to do that. We must protect that at all costs. That's there you go. That's Josh Denny. Since we got numero uno Josh Denny fan here, I figure we gotta play his boys hits, right? It's only fair. Plankton with $1 says, just tuned in. Holy absolute fuck. Saw the video. No way he lives. Well, I will say this. The update we have now, he lives as of now. Charlie Kirk is alive. He is in critical condition at a Utah hospital. They are giving him blood. I guess essentially it's a race. Can they get more blood in him than what's coming out? I mean, I've seen the video. We cannot show it to you on YouTube. I don't know what, probably Facebook either. I don't think Kick has ardent rules about it. Or I know X doesn't, and I think Rumble would be fine with it, but YouTube, But looking at the video, I mean, I'll watch it one more time. It is really fucking hard to watch. It's very graphic.
Not counting gang violence. Great.
Watching the amount of blood that he lost immediately after being shot, I don't know how the fuck they got him to the hospital. But if he's getting blood, and if they can slow his bleeding and they can get blood, I mean, right now it just seems like a math. Hey, guys, guess what? I'm just winging it because this is all breaking news. I'm not a doctor, but I would guess that if you can get more blood in than blood out, might be able to snatch a win on this one here. Numero uno says, libs of TikTok already working to get everyone fired who was happy about Kirk getting shot. I don't know if that really solves anything. I don't know if that really fixes anything. Sounds like Red Fox Mad says, sounds like the producer or the shooter is a professor at the college. I don't know. Chevy Fan says, you see the up close video? Fuck. Yeah, it's one of the nastiest things I've ever seen. It's really bad. Coltrane says, I screen recorded it because Twitter is taking it down as soon as it's posted. Okay, so Twitter's taking it down too. Vaughnhead Rex says, a man barely alive. We can rebuild him, make him stronger, faster, more snarky. The 6 million shekel man. Well, that's certainly very early in the game for that. But thank you. Wow. So let's catch up with Channel 5 News out of Utah, see what they've got for us.
More shots from coming, but I'm grateful that if somebody did, they deserve high praise. One shot hit Charlie, one shot rang out, lots of chaos, lots of panic. It's hard to stay cool, calm, and collected in those moments. And so, yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I stick around for just a minute, if you don't mind. Your name and just what you saw, where you were at, what you heard.
My name's Kaya Meek, and then we were just about 50 feet from the left of him. And then I just remember he was on his second conversation, and then that's when the shot came. And then we just saw his head jerk back and shoulder, and we immediately just turned and dropped to the ground. And then saw people start getting up and running. So we followed in with that, and were able to...
Surprised no one was trampled, which obviously is a good thing.
Get to the apartment buildings and get in with a really kind girl that started driving us, and then...
How scary was this? What was the mood there?
It was just really terrifying. I mean, I was kind of in shock, because I was like, no way that just happened, you know? But I'm definitely very grateful that there was only one shot and stuff, or else I think that a lot more people could have been injured.
Okay, thank you very much. And where were you at, and what did you hear there in the scene?
Yeah, I was with Kaya, and we were just 50 to 100 feet to the left, and just heard a shot, and then just saw his head fly back, and he just slumped in his chair and saw blood coming down his shirt, and then this people just yelling, "Get down!" and then
it looked like it was coming out of a motorized. It was shooting out. Wow. Like you see in movies.
You know, we hear about school shootings or university shootings, those kind of things. To actually be in there when it's happening, your thoughts about that?
I mean, you just never expect it to happen. You're just going to this event. You're not expecting anything to happen. So it's definitely shocking when something happens like that.
Tell me about why Charlie Kirk. What was it about? You wanted to go hear him, or what happened there?
He's on social media. I've seen a lot of him do a lot of debates. We just thought it'd be cool to come see him debate a couple people.
Okay, thank you very much. And share with us where you were at and kind of what you saw.
Yeah, I was about 50 feet to his right. And I want to say that, he only got 1.5 questions in. The first question, he was very graceful when confronted about comparing Mormons to Protestant. And then
Bro,
next question,
we don't care right now. Let's just...
asking about transgender mass shooters and the DOJ wanting to take their guns. And then he got a few words in, and then I heard that one shot rang out, and then he fell over to his left, and everybody panicked.
Okay. Man, thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. And boy, what a traumatic experience for all of these students here. Again, we're on the north side there of the UCCU Event Center here. Again, let me just kind of show you just traffic right here. You can see traffic completely still backed up. Everybody's still trying to
Wow, that's terrible. That must be really hard for those people, that there's a lot of traffic, that it's very difficult for people to leave that. That must be really sad for them. Look, I'll give them a break because it's breaking news. There's only so much to say. I mean, we're going to get out of here in a little bit, too, because I'm just bloviating. Everybody wants to be first. They want to just hang around on the air to report something when it happens. But, look at all these people in traffic. Guy gets his fucking throat blown out. He's got a wife and 2 kids. And God, how shitty would it be to be in this traffic, huh? Oh, a nightmare.
Get more information out.
I'd rather be shot in the... Oh.
We have some more.
All right, Dan Rascon reporting live from the Utah Valley University campus there. And just to update you with the latest information that we've received, the AP reporting that Charlie Kirk is in a hospital in critical condition at this time.
The AP also reporting a few more details at the moment of impact. They described Charlie Kirk reaching up to grab his neck, right hand grabbing left side of the neck. There's quite a bit of blood. People describe it as very traumatic. He slumped to the floor, recoiled and slumped to the floor, and his security detail immediately assumed this scene. We have Jody Reynosa live on the campus of UVU. Jody, what can you tell us from where you're at?
All right, I think we're just kind of...
Let me show you what I'm seeing here. You know, people keep mentioning the traffic as students, faculty, people try to get out and off of campus.
Yeah, we don't need to really know about
right down here, you can see just the line.
Yeah, we don't need to know about it. Now we're doing traffic reports. Now, basically, we're all just waiting on the AP to tell us what the next thing is. That's what we're doing. Chevy fan says, sounded like an improvised pistol. Let's go to Ronald Everroad says, look at Aaron trying to collect money on this. Right, because I'm making a fortune. What a dipshit. Root says, I've seen a few shots to the neck. I've never seen anyone live through that kind of shit. That's the scariest shit ever. Gets everywhere. Coltrane says, lots of speculation right now. Well, I mean, the traffic. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but the traffic was terrible. Looked like a headshot, truthfully, says Dead Game. That's the brain or artery pumping. Coltrane says, bled out so fast that he hit the ground and kicked his legs twice and was gone. Heart pumps. Denny is spot on. Yeah, they shot out his jugular and his carotid. Surprised that he made it to the hospital. I'm surprised he's still alive. That was a shot well placed since he had a vest on. I mean, clearly the vest was not for paranoia. Root says, if he lives, it's God's work. Right? Chevy fan says, school shooting in Colorado. Yeah, we reported on that just a little bit ago. That now there's 2 feared dead in a school shooting in Colorado today, so we got more to report on. Rasputin says alleged suspect George Zinn, like Howard Zinn, has quite the history on Google. Link, please. Yeah, Kyler writes, oh man, that traffic. Rabbi Smoothie, weather on the 5s. Jesus. Numero says, improvised pistol from 200 yards. I don't know about that. Yeah, it's all speculation at this point. Packerbacker says, 200 yards away, it wasn't an improvised anything. On a wall, gifting a membership to Crazy Horse US. Don't, guys, Ronald Everroad's going to get mad that you gave any money to me while I'm doing it. You guys are not allowed to give me money while I'm doing this. Please, let's fucking calm down. Well, Ronald's going to get mad. Coltrane with $1 says the media should pretend to be a little less happy about this shit. Fucking gross. Same shit happened when Trump was shot. Yeah, well, I think when Trump was shot, you kind of had to read between the lines a little bit. I think they were trying to be as gracious as they could, and MSNBC has just said some downright really terrible shit. That's just like wrong place, wrong time on this whole deal. They said he was the first one there. They helped him set up his gun position, but Secret Service didn't care. What? Said he was the first one there? The shooter, the Charlie Kirk shooter? Numero Uno says, hold up, he had a vest on, so this guy who shot him must have known that. Is it a known thing that he wears bulletproof vests, easily Googleable? I'm sure he's said it before. I mean, I'm sure he said that he wears bulletproof vests when he goes to these speeches. On a Wall says an official with Turning Point USA told CBS News that Charlie Kirk is at the hospital after being shot in the neck, but it doesn't look good. That's the quote. Doesn't look good. Kraken Slappin says, world is going to hell. Now we have to deal with traffic. Shit can get worse. MSO says, I still haven't seen the fucking video. I don't got no Twitter account, and I don't want one. Where else can I see it? Maybe Facebook. You can maybe check Facebook to get a video. But you can go on Twitter and not have an account. You can not have an account and search Twitter if you want to. Kyler says, I really don't understand how dude is remotely alive. As it's been said 100 times, that's insane. Either he's a fighter and had fantastic medical response, or he's alive like Kennedy was for a while. Yeah, because Kennedy had part of his head blown off, and he was technically alive. I mean, maybe God damn. I mean, could they stabilize him enough to keep him alive with machines so that his family can say goodbye to him? Could that be it? I don't know. Kyler says, check live leaks for the footage. I still want you to log in because it's age restricted, says MSO. Oh, okay. Okay. Root says 100%. Yeah, I think so, Kyler. He might be alive like Kennedy was still alive. Numero Uno says, doesn't look good. No shit, Turning Point USA. That's an understatement. Well, if you're just joining us, Charlie Kirk was shot at an event in Utah today. And he was shot in the neck. One shot. They arrested somebody. It's a boomer-looking guy. I can't believe that's the person who did it. But that's what we know right now. Charlie Kirk, shot in the neck at an event in Utah, in the hospital right now, in critical condition. I don't know. According to the people that are writing in and all that stuff, by no means experts, but they are saying that it might be a matter of time. This might be like a Kennedy's still alive thing. Numero Uno says, yes, you can keep him technically alive for the family to say goodbye. That might be what they're doing. God, but his kid is a year old. Like his child, like if he is gone and it doesn't look good. I'll repeat what Turning Point USA said. That's what fucks me up the most, is that he had 2 kids. And that one of them turned a year old just a few months ago, and that they'll never know who their dad was. Oh, fuck, man. Root says, ain't no way he survived that. Onehead Rex says, Charlie has such a huge neck, small caliber subsonic pistol. Kraken Slappin says, I Googled Charlie Kirk shooting, found a link through Reddit. Well, there you go, MSO. Main Vein says, Aaron, InfoWars replay will have the video last hour of the show today. Okay. Numero Uno giving a link to MSO. Power Window says, it's probably like the hospital scene from RoboCop. Must be fucking brutal. Can we bring him back like RoboCop? Perhaps. Terrible shot. These fucking people need to pay. Well, it's one guy. I hope this doesn't escalate, but I hope, the problem is, I hope it doesn't escalate, and I hope the people who are taking shots at conservatives de-escalate. You can't just go, I hope conservatives don't fight back, which I hope they don't, but you can't just hope for that, because then they'll just start getting picked off one by one. That's just lambs to slaughter. You got to hope for 2 things. You got to hope for liberals, lefties in this country start going after it and saying, hey, this ain't cool. We don't do this. This isn't all right. Got to be peaceful. Disagree. Don't be disagreeable. That hasn't been their pattern in my lifetime. And then for conservatives, you got to say, don't go out there and start taking scalps. Easier said than done. I know I've said I'm not a big Charlie Kirk guy, but I know there's a lot of people who were fucking passionate about this dude. Really passionate. They think he's the greatest. Rabbi Smoothie says, yeah, but it's 60 years later in medicine. The doctors have come a long way. Possibly. Numero Uno says he could be alive and branded for all we know. How much, if any, of his spine got hit? I think he means brain dead, not branded. But maybe those liberals branded him. Turtle Steel Shell says, I don't want to speak out of turn, but that traffic is murder. It is retarded. I was going to go harder on them for that. But it's breaking news. I'm giving them a break. But the traffic thing was fucking retarded. Chevy fan says he's not even a dangerous guy, just a boring Christian. That's what I said. Charlie Kirk is just a run-of-the-mill conservative guy. He's not like Nick Fuentes. He's not, this reminds me of that scene in Ali where he goes, I ain't no H-Rap Brown. I ain't no Stokely Carmichael. Like Charlie Kirk isn't Nick Fuentes. He's not, who's the other guy who's been really out of pocket about Israel? The beard guy, Bill Zarian. He's a normal, Beltway, Washington, D.C. Christian conservative. Again, during the Bush years, he just would have been a guy. He would just be he'd be a Bush guy. I don't know if he'd be for the wars, but he'd be like a neocon type of dude. OSINT says the old guy is not the shooter. Okay, that makes way more sense. That's fucking weird. Some are saying the old guy wasn't the shooter. Who fucking knows? On a Wall says, right, he's not my cup of tea, but this is insane. Charlie Kirk is a dude my dad listens to and likes. Exactly. I mean, that's it. And I guess young people like him too. He goes to these colleges. The college kids like him. Dick Kazinya, great name to have for coverage like this. He says the only chance he has of surviving is that somebody was there with combat medic experience that could stop that bleeding. Clint Malarchuk got his neck sliced by a skate blade and was saved. Well, this goes back to what Numero Uno was saying. The Malarchuk blading, that was a skate slicing across the neck. This is a bullet going in and coming out. I mean, that's going to do a fuckload of damage. I think this is a little more invasive than the Malarchuk thing, but you're right. Malarchuk survived. This guy could survive. Veldrain says the right won't go after people on the left. They will go after their beliefs, their dreams, their future. There is no benefit to attack or kill people. Maybe you're right. MSO says the Reddit video has been deleted. Yeah, they're taking it down. On a Wall says, I have deleted the video from earlier which claimed to show the shooter, as police have confirmed that the actual shooter is not yet in custody. Neck sliced by a skate blade is way different than blown open by a bullet from a rifle. Or, yeah, whatever he used. He's Numero Uno's right on that one. This is no Malarchuk thing. They should call Clint Malarchuk. Get him on the news so we can talk about this. Roots Calhoun says, I'm rooting for Charlie. I think everyone is. I hope. Well, unfortunately, I don't think everyone is. But everyone should be. Everyone should be rooting for Charlie Kirk right now. Because fuck conservative. Fuck liberal. Fuck all that. This is a guy who's got a couple of kids. He's got a family. No, and he just had beliefs, He just had he had political positions that, like Roots said, his dad didn't find extreme. Doesn't deserve to die. Charlie Kirk shooter still at large. CNN is reporting. Suspect is not in custody. This man whom they did arrest was not the shooter per police. He did have 4 grams of crack on him, though. That's it's really unfortunate. So this man did not have crack on him. I'm not going to play shit of crazy psycho lesbians on TikTok saying bad shit about Charlie Kirk. We don't need to be fed that right now. We know there's shitty, miserable people who are saying awful shit. Charlie Kirk is alive. Dr. Mary Tally Bowden on Twitter 9 minutes ago. It's a very good sign that he's still alive. Yeah. Sure. I mean, true. What a crazy thing to say. Yes, of course it's a good sign that it's a great sign he's not dead. That would be like saying, it's a really bad sign that he's dead. Yeah, for sure. It's funny to see all these Charlie Kirk tweets and then in between see one about Lyme's disease. It's fucking silly. Here's Charlie with his family.
For spacious skies, for amber.
Motherfucker wears a suit on the beach. That's how conservative he is. How do you shoot that guy? He wears slacks on the beach. What the fuck is your problem?
Waves of grain
The man is wearing a full suit on a white sand beach. You can't get much more waspy than that.
Purple mountain majesties above.
Fucking Charlie Kirk lives. He comes back just like, all right, guys, I'm back and I'm ready to fuck some shit up. Like, he comes back and it's like, it's the Kirk and Fuentes show. And he's just like, let me tell you what I think about the Jews. Like, Charlie just comes back like a zombie ready to eat Brent in the 300 with the fucking eye patch and a big throat scar. And he's just like, I'm ready to kill every motherfucker who steps up against me. Glenn Beck gave a statement on the Charlie Kirk thing.
I was just about to record my show for tonight.
Selfish fucker. No, I'm just kidding.
When I look through the glass.
Glenn's a good crier. If anyone's followed Glenn Beck's career, that motherfucker can squirt some tears. By the way, potentially criminal Sean with $2 says, I guess the commies want to strap on their cleats. Dude, when right-wing whites, it takes them a while to get revved up. That's the thing. Right-wing whites will take a lot of pushing. Like in Weimar, Germany, they took like all kinds of he-she's and gay shit and trans surgeries and all kinds of degeneracy. But when they decided, you know what, let's push back on this, that pendulum swung pretty fucking far. So, I mean, if the commies decide to strap on their cleats, that's the thing. The left always gets their way at the beginning. They push really hard and they're kind of unopposed. When angry right-wing European whites get mad, a whole fuckload of people die.
Glass of my studio, my wife was...
I mean, not Glenn Beck. He didn't fucking cry like a fruitcake.
Standing there and her face... spoke volumes to me, and I said, stop, let's wait. I need to talk to my wife. My wife was on her phone with my daughter and my son, who were at a Charlie Kirk event today.
Oh, no.
And I have just received news that I'm not even going to repeat because I don't have it.
Quick, everybody uncomfortable with males being emotional, make a really inappropriate joke. Go ahead, it's fine. I get it. You can't handle it. I understand. I thought about it myself.
Confirmed. We will confirm what's going on. And when we have solid information, we will bring it to you, and we will be live tonight at 9 with all of the information that you need to know.
You're welcome for the plug. Fucking bomb video if he just sniffles and cries for the next minute and a half. We all just sit here watching it like dickheads, just like, what's he going to say next? And it's just all sniffling. I might not be wrong. Glenn, you're on. Glenn, the camera's still on. Glenn, we didn't turn it on. Glenn, the cameraman's at the Charlie Kirk event.
Please pray for my dear friend, Charlie, and his family, and our republic. Lord.
Bro, it might be too late for that. We ain't living in the same country as each other anymore. I said earlier when we started this, I said that usually when things are quiet, I'm very cynical. And then when shit like this happens, for some reason, I get hopeful. I don't know if I have a lot of hope for that republic because we all got to be, even when we disagree, we got to be pulling in the same direction. And it's just not that way.
We have been so arrogant as a people. We have been so distracted. But we would ask, Lord, that you would watch over Charlie and all those involved. That you would soften our hearts, that we might find forgiveness.
Tell you this, if they find out the shooter's trans, it is not going to be good for that community. It is not going to be, it's going to be a lot of people who got nothing to do with that kind of shit that are going to probably suffer, unfortunately, because it's just a lot all at once. And then, the school shooting, and then Charlie Kirk, who pretty much then you would say he got shot for his opinions. Holy shit.
Strength and courage. God, only you can save our republic. In the name of Jesus, we pray.
I think, and look, I know not everyone's religious, and only in the last year and a half, 2 years have I gotten more religious. I think you have to when you go through crazy shit. I do think that being kind of a Jesus-y country is the only thing that can save us at this point. But you ain't going to be able to bring a whole lot of people along with that message. I think it's Christ that's going to be able to bring it. I know it's not cool. I know it's fucking lame to say Jesus Christ and all that. I know it's not, and it creeps some people out. But we've kind of gotten away from that, and we haven't found anything to replace it. And I don't think there's a better teaching. I don't think anyone's come up with a better idea than Jesus. We've been searching it out. We've been trying secularism. Might be time to go back to the drawing board, in one man's opinion. Never a good idea to martyr someone. I mean, fuck that. I mean, it's a dad with 2 kids and a wife. That sucks. That's worse than any kind of political martyrdom. Like, 2 little kids are going to grow up. If he doesn't make it, they're going to grow up not knowing who their fucking dad was. Chevy fan says I'll leave that one up on the screen. Jesus, Chevy. Thank you. Wanhead Rex says sound wasn't supersonic. I'm guessing 38. Well, that's all we can do is guess. Root says, I want Charlie Kirk's liver. Jesus. Oh, man. Glenn needs to change his tampon before toxic shock sets in. Of course. Root says, I care about other people's kids, man. No, for sure. Absolutely. And that's the saddest thing about the whole deal, is that you got 2 kids who aren't even old enough to be scared for what's happening to their dad. They don't even know what it is that's happening to them. And that's really, really sad. Really tragic. Let's do a little bit of a catch up. Then I'm going to get out of here and I'll prep a show for you guys for tonight. And we'll get that going. Let's go through Twitter and see what the latest is, because that Channel 5 news is kind of, they're repeating and then talking about the traffic. 17 seconds ago, conservative influencer and media personality Charlie Kirk has been pronounced dead following a targeted shooting today at Utah Valley University. He was 31. So there it is. It's official. Charlie Kirk has been pronounced dead. "31 years old. He had a wife and 2 children. One of the children had just turned 1 year old this year. Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck and officially pronounced dead at the hospital. So there it is. I don't even know if the news has, have they?
And universities' role in balancing the freedom of speech and them hearing these speakers versus protecting the safety of students.
Fuck you. No. If Charlie Kirk died, we are not going to we're not going to dishonor his memory by shutting the fuck up. No. Well, you know, free speech really has to be the sacrifice we make here. Suck my fucking dick. Whoever did this, put him on the fucking sidewalk in front of all the students and give him a good old Derek Vineyard. How about that? How about instead of, well, we should all watch what we say, because you never know, find these nuts, make them eat the curb, and I want to keep my YouTube. I'm emotional.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, we arrived, I want to say, an hour and a half before everything went on, and there's a couple hundred people here, pretty chill. But then as things went on, people just gathered.
They're just kind of getting more eyewitness accounts. It was 17 seconds ago that OSINT Defender reported it. Conservative influencer and media personality Charlie Kirk has been pronounced dead following a targeted shooting today at Utah Valley University. He was 31. We will update our Chiron. We will update our title. Breaking news, Charlie Kirk pronounced dead from assassin's bullet. Here we go. And we will we'll update our stream name here. Charlie Kirk shot and killed in Utah. There you go. That is the official news. Roots Calhoun says he had 2 kids. Yes, he had 2 children. Numero Uno says, LOL, Aaron just saying someone should watch what they're saying 10 minutes ago. Oh, the person who did this? Fuck them. Fuck them. You don't need to watch what I'm saying. Watch what you're saying in terms of like, oh, Charlie Kirk was a hateful guy. You know, this just goes to show you your freedom of speech. When that lady said we need to balance our freedom of speech with that set me off. No, we're not going to balance our freedom of speech with shit. This is what they're taking from us. Make them scared. Fucking terrify them, says Roots Calhoun. Roots says, Denny, if you ain't team, go fuck yourself and I'll hurt you. You can go fuck yourself. Well, Roots and Denny made good, and now we're back to the circle has completed itself. Oh, boy. Well, this is going to be interesting. The response to this is going to be really, really interesting to see. I'm trying to people glorifying Luigi Mangione was a sign. I feel like Luigi Mangione that's a lot different than this Charlie Kirk thing. 22 minutes ago, Glenn Beck says Charlie Kirk has a pulse, says his daughter was at the tent. Oh my God. Oh, Glenn's daughter. Okay. I spoke to somebody in a position who knows and said he has a pulse, so that's good news. Well, I don't see anybody but OSINT Defender reporting that he's dead, though. We have OSINT Defender 5 minutes ago reporting that Charlie Kirk is dead. Oh, fuck MSNBC again. Jesus Christ. Hot Take Central today. Check this one out. I've got one for you.
Because as we were just talking about a moment ago with Alan, after one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C.
Big Balls? Big Balls was the justification? Big Balls, who stopped a robbery of a woman, stood up for a woman's honor, and got the living dog shit beat out of him for it? Yeah, what an asshole.
To get things under control, the carjacking situation, he used that. And I know it's hard to predict the future, Mark, but you can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
I must admit, I'm at a loss to guess as to what happens next. But
that's what you're worried about. Fuck Charlie, fuck his 2 kids. We're worried about what Trump might use. That you guys, I mean, when we say Trump derangement syndrome, holy shit. That's what you think about? Yeah, the guy, and if you're just tuning in, the guy they arrested was not the shooter. Oh, JB Pritzker weighing in. What does this fat fuck, this slumlord, have to say?
My sympathy to Charlie Kirk's family and to Charlie Kirk, who obviously has, become a target for somebody. I don't know whether it's political violence because I don't know who did it.
You don't, yeah. Well.
They seem to have somebody in custody. But I will say that political violence, unfortunately, has been ratcheting up in this country. We saw the shootings, the killings in Minnesota. We've seen other political violence occur in other states. And
wait a minute. The shooter in Minnesota was a trans person who felt like they'd been brainwashed by trans ideology. No, we're not going to.
I would just say it's got to stop. And I think there are people who are fomenting it in this country. I think the president's rhetoric often foments it.
A conservative commentator got his fucking neck shot out, but it's the president's fault. Are you people just not human? It's fucking gross.
We've seen the January 6th rioters.
Suck my white ass ball.
Have tripped a new era of political violence. My sympathy to Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that January 6th violence where Ashley Babbitt got shot and killed. And then mysteriously afterwards, all of those cops that could have talked about the situation, they just died. Weird. That all those cops just died. What are the odds that they all just die like that? Was that, by the way, was that the old Biden press secretary? He might use this to do something terrible. Well, we'll see. Halada for China says, my heart goes out to his loving family. He had to get shot for fucking political beliefs. 2 kids lost their dad over fucking political beliefs. They don't care about kids. Emerald Eyes says, Charlie has died. Yes, that is the news we have. Charlie Kirk has died. He was assassinated today. There's no other word. Assassinated. Denny says, I'm on my own team. Leave everyone else besides making fun of them. Yeah, don't shoot people is, I think, the message today. Root says, I'm done with this shit. Chevrolet JB says, time to drop Joy and Whoopi. I don't know if did they have anything to do with this? No beef, Denny. God bless Charlie Kirk. Not the tranny shooter guy that shit those state politics. Oh, the lefty guy who worked for Mark Dayton and Tim Walz. That guy. Oh, yeah, he was a real fucking right-wing asshole, too. Plankton says, calling people on the right literal Nazis isn't fomenting, you fat fuck. No, not when they do it. It's totally different. It's just they're freedom fighting. On a Wall says, where was he when that psycho went after rep Congress people at a ball field? The Steve Scalise shooting, yeah. Maybe he's bemoaning January 6th? Fucking stretch there, dude. Or blaming, yeah. Coltrane says, terrible part is they will be able to see his murder online in the future if he died. He is dead. Charlie Kirk is dead. Horse Collar says, Charlie Kirk isn't afraid to read a racist chat post, and that's how he earned my respect. I'm just worried about what I can put up on YouTube. You Rumble elitists. That's all I'm saying. So that's the new OSINT Defender has the news that Charlie Kirk has died. That's the newest. That's the latest that we have. Oh, what did Destiny do now? People are bitching about Destiny. John Rocker. Jesus, John, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. John Rocker says, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. May he be remembered as the respected father, leader, and patriot he was. Well, he just made you may have created a martyr. That's for sure. Reports Charlie Kirk is, now Real America's Voice reporting. Charlie has died at the age of 31.
John Solomon's reporting on Just the News that he's passed. Yes, is this what I'm hearing? Yes, can I get it here?
Yes.
Yes. Wow. Right here, Rav, at this moment, guys. Let's go around the horn, Gino. You were continue on the horrendous news that Charlie Kirk has passed.
Well, my prayers are for Erica, for her children, for his family. This is beyond devastating, Eric. I've known Charlie, as I said, since he was a child, running around, coming to conservative events.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to be emotional today. I wasn't the biggest Charlie Kirk guy in the world. But Jesus, this is, it goes without saying that this is never okay. Loaded Wrench with $2 says wife and kids were with him is what I'm hearing. Okay, that's a report we're getting. Oh, okay. So the people who just reported that are on a network called Real America's Voice. And that is the network where Charlie Kirk's show aired. So that was his network reporting. Cenk Uygur. I respect Cenk now. I hope this goes well. Cenk says, what happened to Charlie Kirk is one of the worst things that has happened in American politics. My heart goes out to his family. Fuck whoever did this. Not only is it deeply tragic by itself, but we are now all in danger. Violence is always wrong, and it's intellectual surrender. Good boy, Cenk. Respect to Cenk Uygur right there. Rabbi Smoothie says, I just got the Derek Vineyard joke. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a joke. I really want someone to curb stomp. Well. Numero Uno says, RFK Jr., I'm not even going to say RFJ. RFK Jr. grew up like this, and worst he did was chopping off shark heads and shit. So those kids might be all right eventually. Yeah, right? I mean, all RFK Jr. did was he hates vaccines and he throws bear carcasses in bike paths, which is fucking psychotic, but I don't think he killed the bear. I took a whale carcass and I put it in my vehicle. Is it, why? I mean, that's, again, insane, but all right, I suppose. All right, guys, I'm going to head out because at 4 o'clock, I usually start prepping the evening show. I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about Charlie Kirk. So we'll have that to go on. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with me. Thank you very much for kind of digging stuff up for me as well and going through this together. I really appreciate it. We'll probably know more by the time the evening show airs at 6 p.m. Central Time. So tune in for that. If you're new, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow on Rumble, on YouTube, follow on Twitter, Facebook, Kick, all the platforms that we're on. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will talk to you again at 6.